Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series, The Week That Was College Football History Review, the 1968 college football season. I already concluded the 1968 college football season, the regular season, yesterday. Today is going to be about the bowl games, then I'm getting to some statistics against the consistent All-American team who won the awards, major awards that stood out, that was won by certain players, and that'll be it. So, bear with me for a minute. All right, let's go. 1968 bowl games. The Liberty Bowl. December 14th, Mississippi beat Virginia Tech 34-17. Going with casual no-huddle formation on game's second play, Virginia Tech quarterback Al Kincaid ambled over to ball, pitch out to fullback Ken Edwards, racing 58 yards to touchdown past stunned Mississippi. And quarterback Archie Manning fumbled on first Rebels play. Gobbler's halfback Terry Smoot quickly made it 14-0. Kicker Jack Simsack field goal extended Virginia Tech lead to 17-0 near end of first quarter. Then Hokies tried another surprise onside kickoff when it backfired. Ole Miss needed just 7 plays for Manning to throw 21-yard touchdown to end to tight end Hank Shows. Manning followed with another second quarter touchdown pass to tailback Stan Hindman, who had 121 yards rushing, put the Ole Miss Rebels ahead for good at 21-17, a 79-yard touchdown to open third quarter. Able to pass only 1 for 7 for 2 yards, Virginia Tech saw verdict sealed by a 70-yard interception for a touchdown by Rebels defensive back Bob Bailey in the fourth quarter. In the Gator Bowl on December 28th, Missouri beat Alabama, the number 12 team in the country, 35%. So thorough was Missouri's stunning domination of number 12 Alabama that it was the most one-sided defeat in Bear Bryant's 11 years to date as coach of Crimson Tide. The loss also second step in puzzling bowl failure in which Bryant coached Bama teams would lose 7 and Tide 1 in postseason games. Starting with January 1968 Cotton Bowl, ended with win in January 1976 Sugar Bowl, despite .841 winning percentage in those set regular seasons. Missouri quarterback Terry Millen never completed a single pass but scored 3 touchdowns and played option run magician in attack that gained 404 yards. Meanwhile, Tigers defensive ends Elmer Benhart, Bill Schmidt helped create 12 sacks and net of 45 yards, minus 45 yards rushing. Benhart blocked crucial pass by Tide quarterback Scott Hunter deep in the Tigers end when score was still tight at 14-7 in favor of Missouri in third quarter. Scoring on defensive back Donnie Sutton's 37-yard interception touchdown return in second quarter. Tide moves within 14-10 on kicker Mike Dean's early fourth quarter field goal, but Alabama's pass offense failed it as Missouri All-American defensive back Roger Worley set up touchdown with 20-yard interception return, and defensive back Dennis Pop ran 47 yards for a touchdown on the interception. Next, the Sun Bowl, December 28th, Auburn defeated Arizona 34-10. The fierce West Texas win contributed to wacky day as Auburn picked off 8 Arizona passes, including defensive back Don Webb's interception on game's opening snap. As Tigers quarterback Loran Carter's 65-yard arrow to fullback Mickey Zofko provided 10-0 first quarter lead, but had his troubles moving team against 40 miles per hour winds. Wildcats came right back in second quarter as kicker Steve Hurley kicked 37-yard field goal and quarterback Bruce Lee flipped 12-yard touchdown to wide receiver Hal Arneson. It was knotted 10-10 at halftime. In the third quarter, Auburn linebacker Ron Yarbrough recovered a fumble at Arizona 27-yard line. Little sub quarterback Tommy Traylor sparked Tigers with 3 quick carries to catch 9-yard line. Traylor then swept around left in for go-ahead touchdown at 17-10. Auburn was off and winging 24 seconds later when his MVP defensive back Buddy McClinton raced 31 yards with interception touchdown return for 2 touchdown balls, quarter return to toss. His second touchdown pass, day's biggest oddity, but great display of athleticism came from Auburn wingback punter Connie Frederick, who had his punt blocked at the own 23-yard line. He retrieved the ball in end zone, ran through Arizona defensive end Frank Jenkins and linebacker Larry Rogue, and re-kicked it from 9-yard line to his 47-yard line. Pitch Bowl, December 30th, Louisiana State beat Florida State 31-27. Then, in addition to bowl lineup, fired off quickly. Florida State sophomore halfback Tom Bailey ran 36 yards on first scrimmage play to score. Defensive back John Crow recovered opening kickoff fumble. Down by 13-0. LSU had fire lit under it by rarely used lefty quarterback Mike Hillman. Hillman came off bench to throw touchdown passes of 2 in the third quarter for 24-13 Tiger lead. Meanwhile, Bengals defensive back Jerry Kent projected cover man on Seminoles All-American wide receiver Ron Sellers had 76 yards receiving and 8 catches and 2 touchdowns. Was hurt in the first quarter, so LSU went to heavy pass rush led by sub-defensive end Bud Melican after being held to 1 catch in third quarter. In 3 quarters, Sellers finally shook loose for 2 short touchdown catches from quarterback Bill Kappelman. That put Seminoles back in charge at 27-24, but with 6:15 left in the fourth quarter, Hillman drove LSU through cold drizzle for 61 yards, completing 2 big passes, including a 20-yard toss on third down to end. Tommy Morrell had 103 yards receiving on 6 catches. Hillman also zipped 14 yards to 3-yard line with halfback Maurice LeBlanc for 97 yards on 14 carries, a touchdown. Powered over for winning touchdown with 2:39 to go. LSU didn't quit. However, Kappelman launched fourth 9 pass to Sellers in Tigers territory. Defensive back Barton Fry, substituting for injured Kent, made high leap to knock it down with 1:23 to play. Despite rainy 42-degree weather, 35,545 turned out to Grant Field and set new attendance record for first-year bowl, eclipsing 17,000 that witnessed 1937 Cotton Bowl. Next in the Blue Bonnet Bowl on December 31st, Southern Methodist beat Oklahoma 28-27 with his Oklahoma counterpart quarterback Bobby Womack watching injured from sideline. SMU quarterback Chuck Hickson tossed fourth quarter touchdowns to wide receiver Jerry Levius and tight end Ken Fleming. So Mustangs had earned a 28-21 edge with 2:42 on the clock. Sooners sub quarterback Mickey Ripley then shook off his poor third quarter by throwing his second touchdown pass, shoestring grab by wide receiver Johnny Barr with 1:16 left to play. OU now trailed 28-27, went for 2-point conversion. It fell when Ripley was forced out of bounds by SMU defensive end Mike Mitchell before he could find open receiver. Oklahoma had last chance after successfully recovering onside kickoff, but kicker Loose Dirt missed 34-yard field goal with 19 seconds to go. Next in the Cotton Bowl, Texas beat Tennessee 36-13 after 16-0 Cotton Bowl loss to Texas in 1953. Tennessee team returned to Knoxville and burned white jerseys that had made reappearance on Volunteers players that holiday afternoon. In this 1969 Cotton Bowl, Volunteers again were clad again in white against Texas, which wore his home burnt orange jerseys. Omen or not, Texas amassed 513 yards total offense per day against Volunteers defense that arrived with 93.3 yards rushing average, built the 28-0 lead at halftime, limited Tennessee 31-yard offense in first half. Longhorns enjoyed wide scoring array. Quarterback James Street 78 and 79-yard touchdown passes to wide receiver Cotton Sprite. Fullback Steve Worcester's 14-yard touchdown run. Wingback Ted Coy's 9-yard touchdown run, and tailback Chris Gilbert's 5-yard touchdown run. Tennessee's which gained only 32-yard offense as Texas in 1953 finally stoked its attack in the second half beyond sub-quarterback Bobby Scott. Despite several drop passes, Scott threw for 2 scores, although Texas linebacker Tom Campbell twice took interceptions out of hands of Volunteers wide receiver Gary Christ. Scott made good on third quarter touchdown to Christ for 17 yards, and Scott built much of his passing numbers in late 5-play 97-yard trip to wide receiver Mike Price's 30-yard touchdown catch. It would be a long time before Tennessee again wore any jersey other than its traditional Daisy orange. In the Sugar Bowl, Arkansas beat Georgia 16-2, hitting 9 straight passes Saw quarterback Bill Montgomery ignore his team's flickering run on attack, which 40 yards and zeroed in on wide receiver Chuck Diggers to upset Georgia. Diggers caught 12 passes, including 27-yard touchdown early in the second quarter when he beat All-American defensive back Jake Scott. Alert Razorbacks defense led by defensive linemen Rick Hersey and Gordon McNulty, linebacker Cliff Powell, defensive back Jerry Moore, stopped 3 scoring chances, forced 5 fumbles, including fullback Brad Johnson's goal line bobble, made 3 interceptions, allowed only 3 of 16 on third down conversions. Bulldogs' only points came midway in the second quarter with defensive end David McKnight down tailback Bill Barnett in Razorbacks end zone for safety. So kicker Bob White put game away with 3 field goals, coupled with Texas Cotton Bowl win and SMU's Blue Bonnet upset. Southwest Conference enjoyed its first 3 bowl sweep since 1948. In the Rose Bowl, Ohio State beat Southern California 27-16. Midway in the second quarter of Battle for National Championship, Southern California owned 3-0 lead and ball at its own 20-yard line. With tailback O.J. Simpson, who ran for 171 yards on 28 carries, was sent off left tackle, broke 2 tackles on cutback, and was going 80 yards down the right sideline. So number 2, Trojans led 10-0. But then number 1, Ohio State rolled its new fishnet sleeves and rumbled 69 yards to score, with fullback Jim Otis, who had 101 yards on 30 carries, dived up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. Ohio kicker Jim Roman tied it 3 seconds before halftime with a 26-yard field goal. So Buckeyes ahead 13-10. Their hard-hitting defense made a big impact. Defensive tackle Bill Urbanix tackled forced trouble in Trojans quarterback Steve Sogg to cough up ball at USC 21-yard line. Quarterback Rex Kern dashed 14 yards, then on first play of fourth quarter, hit halfback Leo Hayden with 4-yard touchdown pass. When Simpson lost his second fumble at 16-yard line, the Buckeyes defensive back Mike Pulaski fell on it to set up Kern's touchdown pass to wide receiver Ray Gilliam. Sogg's touchdown pass to wide receiver Sam Dickerson in the last 45 seconds made score closer. Ohio State had earned Woody Hayes' second national championship, but last for any Big Ten team until 1997. Finally, on the Orange Bowl, Penn State beat Kansas 15-14. Orange Bowl's 35th Classic became known for infamous 12th man penalty called on Kansas Jayhawks in closing 15 seconds. Penn State marched up and down field in the first half, but 4 turnovers highly curtailed Nittany Lions Kansas defensive back Pat Hutchins' interception at Chuck Burkhardt at Lions 45 yards set up first quarter score by fullback Mike Reeves from 2-yard line. Penn State tied it at 7-7 as halfback Charlie Pittman squirted through big hole at the left tackle for 13-yard touchdown run. Tailback Donnie Shanklin, who would be prematurely selected as MVP, made 5 punt return to send Jayhawks to go-ahead touchdown in fourth quarter. Fullback John Riggins powered over for 14-7 Jayhawks lead. Less than 2 minutes remained when Kansas, close to wrapping up the win, punted from almost 25-yard line. The Lions defensive back Neil Smith partially blocked a punt, which rolled dead at the Penn State 49-yard line. So on the first play, Burkhardt launched a long, perfect pass to halfback Bobby Campbell, who was dragged down at Kansas 3-yard line. As the 2 failed runs, Burkhardt rolled out for touchdown run, but his 2-point pass was knocked down, having appeared to fail at Team 13. Jayhawks celebrated Joe Filippo. Official step forward from the back of the end zone, waving his flag above head. The Kansas had been detected with having 12 men on the field. So on second try for winning 2-point conversion, Campbell swept left into the paper, and Joe Paterno later congratulated officials on their alertness. Coach recounting on every play was the response. But film later revealed that Kansas had stopped Penn State's 2 goal line plunges with 12-man defense that included linebacker Rick Abernathy. So that concludes a look at that. The bowl games. Let's look at the final AP polls January 4th. Number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2, Penn State. 3, Texas. 4, Southern California. 5, Notre Dame. 6, Arkansas. 7, Kansas. 8, Georgia. 9, Missouri. 10, Purdue. 11, Oklahoma. 12, Michigan. 13, Tennessee. 14, Southern Methodist. Number 15, Oregon State. 16, Auburn. 17, Alabama. 18, Houston. 19, Louisiana State. Number 20, Iowa University. Penn State was the number 1 in top performance formula in 1968. 1968 top opponent's record was Kentucky. Our conference records, the top conference with the best record for our conference records was Southeastern Conference with a 33-12-2 record. percentage, winnings percentage 7-2, 3-4, 3-3. Bowl season record was 3-3. The rushing yards for his individual statistics for leaders. Rushing yards, O.J. Simpson by a landslide, 1,709 on 355 carries. O.J. Simpson was the top rusher in 68. Passing yards at 68 was Greg Cook, 219 completions for 11 attempts, 3,272 yards, 53.3% completion percentage. Receiving yards was led by Ron Sellers of Florida State, 86 catches for 1,496 yards. Now let's look at the consensus All-American team of 1968 on offense. The ends were Jerry Levius, Southern Methodist, Ted Quallick, Penn State. The tackles were Dave Foley, Ohio State, George Kuntz, Jordan Dane. Guards, Jim Barnes, Arkansas, Mike Montler, Colorado, Charles Rosenfelder, Tennessee. The center, John Didion, Oregon State. The backfield, Terry Hanratty, Notre Dame, Chris Gilbert, Texas, Leroy Keys of Purdue, O.J. Simpson, Southern California. On the defensive side, the ends, Ted Hendricks from Miami and John Zook of Kansas. The tackles was Joe Green, North Texas State, Ben Stanfield, Georgia. The guards, Chuck Cal, Purdue, Ed White, California. And the linebackers, Steve Kiner of Tennessee, Dennis Onkons, Penn State. The backfield was Jake Scott, Georgia, Roger Worley, Missouri, Al Worley, Washington. Here's the 1968 Heisman Trophy vote. It was won by O.J. Simpson, and the senior tailback for Southern California had 2,853 votes. Second in the Heisman running was Leroy Keys, senior halfback Purdue, 1,103 votes. Terry Hanratty, senior quarterback Notre Dame, finished with 387 votes. Ted Quallick, senior tight end Penn State, finished with 254 votes. And Ted Hendricks, senior defensive end of Miami, finished with 174 votes. Other major awards that were won in 1968 for the college football season was Maxwell Player Award went to O.J. Simpson. Outland Lineman Trophy Award went to Bill Stanfield. O.J. Simpson won the Walter Camp Player of the Year Award. And the AFCA Coach of the Year was Joe Paterno of Penn State. So that concludes a look at the 1968 college football season as a whole. It's over with. I finished with the bowl games and went over the statistics, who was on the All-American team, things of that nature, the Heisman Trophy winner, and those who won other major awards during that 1968 college football season. So tomorrow I'll be looking at a new season, the 1969 college football season. Just the overview, the bowl, the polls, who was ranked in week 1 of 1969 college football season for 1969. So that concludes this video. Please like and support, comment, do whatever you can to share, like, comment, share on this video, and comment on the video. I do video this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.